In the first 7 years of your kid's life, your child is learning whether they feel safe. This is the root chakra developmental period, as I call the imprinting period. But that last year, between the ages of 6 to 7, is when your children learn if they are safe to be connected. Now, this isn't a conversation about whether God is real or not, but it's a conversation around whether your child feels like they are unconditionally supported, like there is a greater power out there to guide them in life, or whether they feel like they are alone, helpless, and disconnected. And in today's video, we are talking about the crown chakra development and the important role you have as a mother to support this chakra development during the imprinting period, where they are learning if it's safe for them to believe in themselves and believe in something greater than them. So if you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Emily. I'm a theta healing practitioner and instructor, and I've been doing this subconscious reprogramming work for nearly a decade. And since becoming a mother, I was able to see just how important the first 7 years of our kids' lives are. As through all of this work, I have found that most of my clients' trauma, limiting beliefs, stories that they tell themselves of what they can and cannot do is coming from this crucial imprinting period. And you can watch this video here on the imprinting period as it goes into greater detail of exactly what is happening in this imprinting period. But to quickly recap, when we were kids in this imprinting period, the first 7 years, we were in that altered brainwave state of theta. And theta is a very malleable state of being. It's a very impressionable state of being. And if your kids are under 7, they're also currently in this state as well. And in this state, pairing it with a very egocentric way of living and perspective, whatever was said to you, whatever you witnessed, whatever your parents modeled, you took as something about you. You were unable to filter or judge or even question what was real and what wasn't. And so you took all of that as your truth and the truth about life. So if at this age of 6 to 7, when your crown chakra was being developed, your parents were modeling, speaking, acting, or even holding on to their own belief systems from their childhood around God, the universe, feeling connected, feeling supported, then you took that on. And now you have the beautiful opportunity, because this information is out there, to break the cycles that don't serve you, to change your belief systems, to pass down to your kids something that will empower them, something that will allow them to feel supported. So let's get into what exactly the crown chakra is about. Now, the crown chakra is all about purpose. It's about faith, connection, divine guidance, meaning, and oneness. And one of the biggest lies that this matrix tells us and is now telling your children is that we are separate. Whether it's through wars, whether it's through politics, social conditioning, the media, is all telling us that we are separate, that it's me against you. And chances are this has started many generations before you. However, it also gets to end with you. You get to be the one to clear your lineage from these lies, so your children can grow up sovereign, knowing that they are connected, they have a greater purpose, they are unconditionally supported, and that life is always working out for them. So when we're speaking about the developmental age of the crown chakra, there are 2 primary time periods which I want to talk about in this video. The first one is during this imprinting period, the first 7 years, when every chakra development has to deal with safety in some way. And if you haven't seen the previous 6 videos, I'd highly suggest you go back and check those out as they compound. So if you're wanting to balance your kids' crown chakra, you have to start at the root chakra first. And this age of the crown chakra development in the imprinting period is 6 to 7. It is the last year of the imprinting period. It's what closes off their experience and their belief systems. So everything they picked up during these 7 years, they are going to carry with them for the rest of their lives until they find videos like this or other ones to support you on reprogramming them. The other time period is between the ages of 43 to 49, where the theme of the 7-year cycle is the crown chakra. And this is usually around the time when people have midlife crisis, because they're starting to realize their deeper purpose in their life. And there's no coincidence there that it happens during the crown chakra development. But let's go back to the imprinting period, because it is the work that we do in this time period of your kid's life that allows them to not have midlife crises, that allows them to navigate life, trust, with safety, with support, with confidence and empowerment. It is the work that you do in these 7 years on healing your stories that allow your kids to be sovereign, that allow your kids to know that anything is possible. So let's go into the limiting beliefs that you could be passing down to your kids unconsciously based on your programming from your childhood. Now, because the theme of this chakra is oneness, a lot of the limiting beliefs come with feeling that you are alone. And again, just to put it out there one more time, I say this in all my videos, there's no shame or guilt here. Whatever you were holding on to, you didn't have a choice. But now you have a responsibility to your kids and to yourself to change it. This is why I've created containers for you to receive the reprogramming in an effortless way, such as the mother frequency, which is your daily portal for subconscious reprogramming in a way that allows you to do it in the comfort of your own home. Or taking it even one step further of joining the Theta Healing Seminar, where you learn how to identify those bottom beliefs, how to reprogram them, how to connect with your kids' energy in 3 days. And if you're just starting off and all this seems too overwhelming, then know that there's easy ways for you to start doing this work on a deeper level. And this is where the Sovereign Child Blueprint comes in. It's a free guide that you can use as your child continues to grow, as it gives you the landscape of their energetic development for the first 14 years of their life. So you know what belief systems to work on, what belief systems to clear, and what belief systems to instill in them. So that way you can ensure that after they leave this theta brainwave state of the imprinting period, they are sovereign, they are empowered, and they know that they are the creators of their reality. So they become unprogrammable by the matrix. And here are a couple of other belief systems that your child may end up instilling in that crown chakra developmental age if you are holding on to those beliefs. Because you don't necessarily need to be speaking these in order for them to be instilled. They can be instilled through breast milk, through skin-to-skin contact, through your aura, through words, through your thoughts, your DNA, and through your actions. And this is why it is so empowering for you to actually know what your blueprint is, what your belief systems are. And this is also one of the techniques that I teach you inside the Theta Healing Seminar. So let's just dive deeper into this a little bit more. What do you believe about life? Do you believe that life supports you? Do you believe that you have to control everything? Take some time to journal on this, because the answers to those are what you are unconsciously passing down to your child. That if they are in this age of 6 to 7, it will be somatically imprinted into their crown chakra. So now let's talk about some conscious practices that you can do. Remembering that the conscious practices that work with that 5% conscious mind is to be done after the subconscious work is done, as that controls 95% of your reality. And trust me when I say this is the most effortless way to make shifts and break cycles. I tell this to you because I don't want you to have to continue to say affirmations over and over and over every day, hoping something will change, not seeing it change, and then getting frustrated and wanting to give up. Because your role as a mother is the most important in this reality. It is you who shapes the next generation. It is you who gets to shift the conscious collective energy. And you can either see that as a lot of pressure, which is probably coming from limitations and belief systems that you picked up from your childhood, or you can see it as the most empowering job you will ever have. And doing this work gets to feel effortless when you have the techniques and tools to be able to reprogram it in real time with ease, grace, and flow. So one of my favorite practices, and my daughter's only 3, but this is just from years of supporting other mothers with kids this age, is to meditate. Now, if you're new to meditation and you have no idea where to start, one of my favorite ways to do it is just to enter back into that altered brainwave state of theta. And you can actually download the free Sovereign State Activation through the description to walk you into that altered brainwave state of theta in under 6 minutes. Because the beauty about being in this state is that it brings you back to that very malleable brainwave state. So whatever is coming up, you have the ability to shift it. It will also allow you to connect deeper with your kids because now you're going to their brainwave state rather than trying to meet them at beta, which most mothers are navigating at. And the reason why meditation is so powerful is because it creates stillness, that space, that silence. And in that space and silence, you will receive messages that you are needing at that time to support you. One of my favorite things about theta healing, and one of the most common benefits that my students have reported, is that it creates a sense of connection for them. A lot of mothers who go through my Theta Healing Seminar have a lot of deep God and religious wounds and limitations. They experienced something in their childhood relating to the church, relating to religion, that made them feel like they couldn't trust God, that there's a deeper agenda there that they don't feel like they resonate with, or feeling like God failed them or they failed God. And so when you meditate, when you go back into Theta, you actually connect back with God. And I'm not talking about the religious God, I am talking about the energy of creation itself. You can name it God if you want, you can name it Source, you can name it Love and Light, it doesn't matter. It is connecting back to the source, where you came from, the space where you will feel oneness. And when you feel oneness, that is what you radiate into the world. That is what your children feel. When you are in Theta, you move slower, you're more playful. You feel more grounded. You're out of that fight or flight. And so your children see that and they see you moving through life with ease, grace, and flow. Therefore, modeling that to them, and they pick that up as, well, that's the truth about life. Another one of the greatest practices that you can do, and this probably works for all of the chakras, is getting into nature. Nature is all about co-creation. The plants need sun. We need plants. The roots need soil. The bees need plants. Everything works together and everything flows. And so when we connect with nature, we are connecting back to that oneness of Mother Gaia. And this begins to create a balancing effect between now the root chakra and the crown chakra, connecting the masculine and the feminine energy, allowing your body to feel grounded while also expanding, allowing you to feel connected and one with everything because you are part of that co-creative process. And when your kids connect with nature, especially if they're walking barefoot, they're also getting all the benefits of grounding. They're getting all of those negative ions. And they're also seeing just how beautiful life is in those little moments when life is supporting you. One of the things that I've already started doing with my daughter, which if you haven't started yourself, I'd highly suggest it, is also teaching your child that everything outside also is living. Trees are living. Grass is living. Even the tiniest ant has life. In our household, we don't kill any bugs. We contain them and we set them free. Before we cut our grass, before we're deciding to pluck weeds, or my daughter likes to take flowers out and give them to me, we connect with the plant and we ask it, is it okay if we receive this from you? And even though she might not consciously get it and she'll tell me, yeah, I connected with it and they said it's okay, she is learning that this has life, to the point where now she goes up to the plants in our house and she'll talk to them, she'll pet them, she'll kiss them. And this is showing her that we are connected. We are not separate from nature. We are not separate from anything. And this begins to create the mirror effect, which brings us to the conscious practice number 3. And this conscious practice is mirror work. Now, I'm not talking about the mirror work when you stand in front of a mirror and you say all the things you love about yourself. This mirror work is beginning to show your child that everything is a reflection of them. This is beginning to bring in the universal laws, as within, so without. And by doing so, you begin to show your child that everything that is happening to them is happening for them. And it's also reflecting to them what's happening within them. Now, you don't have to get into the whole science of it with your kids. However, if you want to begin showing them and teaching them universal laws, that will be very beneficial for when they get older and how they navigate life. But even just simply asking the same question I ask my clients in my Theta Healing sessions that I teach mothers how to do in the Theta Healing seminars, to get to that bottom belief, ask them, how does that make you feel? When your child experiences something that maybe is less than satisfactory, maybe they hurt themselves, maybe they couldn't get what they wanted, the list could go on. Start asking them, what does that make you believe about yourself? Start posing questions to them to have them begin to reflect. Because when they begin to reflect, they'll begin to be given the most powerful tool, which is that introspection, which is self-awareness. Nothing is right or wrong here, but it's giving them the opportunity to see that this is happening, I'm not liking it, and I'm only not liking it because it's creating a feeling in me that I also don't like. So I get to change that. And then if you pair that question with the tools and the techniques that you learn in my Theta Healing seminars, you can then begin to channel what's in the highest and greatest good for them. One of my things that I'm going to do with my daughter is I'm going to actually teach her theta healing at a very young age. I'm going to teach her how to access that theta brainwave state again. I'm going to teach her the techniques to have that introspection, rather than telling her what is right and what is wrong, rather than suppressing my own emotions, rather than staying in beta, fight or flight that most mothers are in, that we've been conditioned to be in. It's about giving your child back the power and the tools to remain sovereign after these 7 years. In doing this mirror work, creating those questions is a very powerful way to do that. So if you want to know your child's blueprint and have a guide to refer back to as your child grows up, so you know exactly what belief systems to focus on clearing in yourself and instilling into your child, then make sure you download the Sovereign Child Blueprint. It is completely for free, and it is one of my favorite resources because it is so incredibly powerful. That way there's no more guessing. It takes what we've learned in these past 7 videos and turns it into a really clear and easy guide for you. So thank you for doing this work. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being a part of this series with me as we learn about the energetics of childhood development. Let me know what else you're wanting to learn on this journey of sovereign motherhood and raising sovereign children. Make sure you give me a like, a subscribe, and share with another mother so we can spread this movement of raising sovereign children by breaking the cycles within ourselves. I love, see, and honor you.